creators, protectors, destroyers. This is Vaaksh, where the gods speak.
I am Shiva, the source of all creation, the timeless energy that transcends all realms. Through my many forms, I manifest the boundless wisdom of the universe, showing you the paths to enlightenment and liberation. Each form represents a different aspect of the cosmic dance, each with a purpose, guiding you through the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. Now witness the 64 divine forms, the expressions of my limitless nature. One of my first forms is Linga Murthy. I am the formless within form, the eternal essence, boundless and beyond perception. In this form, I transcend name, shape, and identity, existing as pure consciousness, untouched by time and space. The Shiva Linga represents this infinite reality, reminding you that divinity is beyond physical form, existing in all things and beyond all things. Manifesting as Lingodbhava Murthy, I emerge from the infinite, revealing that my beginning and end are beyond the grasp of time. When Vishnu and Brahma sought my origin and limits, I revealed myself as an endless pillar of light, showing that the supreme truth is neither born nor destroyed, but exists eternally. Through this form, I teach that the divine cannot be measured, only realized within. In the form of Mukalingam, I appear with 5 faces, symbolizing my omnipresence and the 5 cosmic elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. These faces, Sadyajata, Vamadeva, Agora, Tatpurusha, and Ishana, govern creation, preservation, dissolution, concealment, and grace. I am the Lord of all elements, the force behind existence itself. As Sadashiva Murthy, I embody the secondary form of my divine presence, ever blessing and ever transcendent. In this aspect, I am the eternal Shiva, neither beginning nor end, residing in blissful stillness while governing the cosmic cycles. The universe flows from me and returns to me, for I am the silent observer, the unmoved mover of all creation. In the magnificent form of Mahasadashiva Murthy, I manifest with 25 faces, the supreme embodiment of my boundless nature. I am all-encompassing, pervading the entire universe. Each face represents an aspect of divine reality, each eye a window into cosmic wisdom. Through this form, I remind you that the highest truth is vast, infinite, and beyond mortal comprehension. As Uma Maheshvara Murthy, I stand united with Uma, my divine consort, for we are inseparable, the cosmic balance of Shiva and Shakti. I am the unchanging force, she is the dynamic energy. Together, we create, sustain, and dissolve the universe. In our union, we teach that all opposites, light and darkness, stillness and movement, are one. Manifesting as Sukhasana Murthy, I sit with my beloved Uma in serene bliss, radiating peace and divine joy. In this form, I grant tranquility to those who seek me, teaching that love and harmony are the highest states of existence. I remind you that devotion is the key to inner peace, and that within my embrace, all worries dissolve. In the form of Amisha Murthy, I bless the universe with my hand in Varadana, bestowing boons upon those who walk the path of righteousness. With Uma by my side, I teach that divine grace flows abundantly to those who surrender with pure hearts. My blessings are limitless, and my presence eternal in the hearts of the devoted. As Somaskanda Murthy, I sit with Uma and my son Skanda, the warrior god. In this form, I am the protector of Dharma, the guardian of righteousness. Our divine family represents the harmony of power, wisdom, and love. Through this form, I teach that true strength lies in unity, and that family, whether of blood or spirit, is sacred. Manifesting as Vrishabhantaka Murthy, I ride my sacred bull, Nandi, the embodiment of strength and devotion. Nandi symbolizes patience, faith, and unwavering commitment to truth. In this form, I teach that loyalty to the divine path leads to liberation, and that one must be as steadfast as my mighty bull in the pursuit of spiritual wisdom. In the celestial form of Chandrasekhara Murthy, I wear the crescent moon upon my head, the symbol of time's ever-changing nature. When the moon suffered a curse, I took him upon my brow, restoring his light and balance. I teach that even in darkness, divine grace can restore brilliance. Time may wax and wane, but my presence is eternal. As Bhujanga Lalita Murthy, I adorn myself with serpents, symbols of power, fearlessness, and eternal wisdom. The snake represents the cycle of birth and rebirth, the shedding of ignorance for spiritual awakening. Fear me or worship me, but know that I am beyond both, deathless and infinite. Manifesting as Satanrita Murthy, I become the cosmic dancer, Nataraja, performing the eternal dance of creation, preservation, and destruction. In this divine rhythm, the universe pulses, stars are born, and galaxies dissolve. Each movement of mine is the heartbeat of existence itself. In the sacred form of Gangavazarana Murthy, I release the holy river Ganga from my matted locks, allowing her divine waters to cleanse the world. The Ganga is the river of wisdom, flowing from the heavens to the earth, purifying all who seek her embrace. Through this form, I teach that knowledge, like water, must flow freely to nourish the soul. As Ardhanarishvara Murthy, I merge with my beloved Parvati, half male, half female, the perfect balance of creation. This form reveals that masculinity and femininity are not separate, but two halves of the same divine whole. Through this form, I remind you that unity is the highest truth. In the form of Vrishabharuder, I sit majestically upon Nandi, my eternal companion and guardian. Together, we traverse the cosmos, overseeing Dharma and guiding the faithful. Nandi's unwavering devotion reflects the path to liberation. Surrender with pure faith, and you shall be carried beyond all suffering. Manifesting as Bhujanga Trasa Murthy, I hold a serpent in one hand and fire in another, demonstrating my power over both destruction and regeneration. The snake represents hidden wisdom, the fire, the burning away of illusion. To walk the path of truth, you must embrace both transformation and transcendence. As Chandathandava Murthy, I stand upon a demon, subduing ignorance with the power of divine dance. In this fierce form, I show that destruction is not chaos. It is the necessary clearing of darkness to reveal the light. The dance of destruction is but a prelude to rebirth. As Tripurantaka Murthy, the divine warrior, I ride forth with Uma beside me, wielding sacred weapons to bring down the three fortresses of delusion. These fortresses stand for pride, desire, and spiritual blindness. With the arrow of inner truth, I shatter them, liberating the soul from the chains of illusion. As Gajasura Samhara Murthy, I battle the mighty elephant demon, tearing through arrogance and pride. The demon Gajasura sought to defy the divine, but I, the destroyer of ego, reminded him that all power comes from the source alone. Surrender to me, and your burdens will fall away like dust. Manifesting as Sandhyanrita Murthy, I dance at the twilight hour, dissolving the old and preparing for the new. Just as the sun sets to rise again, so too does the soul undergo transformation. Embrace the cycles of life, for each ending is but the dawn of another beginning. In the celestial form of Gangadhara Murthy, I bear the weight of the sacred river Ganga upon my head, protecting the world from her mighty descent. Knowledge, like water, must be contained, guided, and shared with reverence. Through this form, I teach that true wisdom is not to be hoarded, but to be offered freely to those who seek it. As Kalyana Sanhara Murthy, I stand adorned in wedding finery, marrying Parvati, the divine daughter of the Himalayas. This sacred union is not just of two beings, but of energy and consciousness, of earth and sky, of love and devotion. Witness my divine marriage, and understand that love is the foundation of all existence. As Jvarabhadna Murthy, I am the healer, the one who breaks the fever of suffering and grants relief to those tormented by disease. In this form, I stand as the remover of ailments, holding the power to restore balance and well-being. My presence brings not only physical healing, but also liberation from the afflictions of the soul. Worship me, and I shall burn away the fever of ignorance, granting clarity and renewal. Manifesting as Shardhula Murthy, I am the one who conquered the wild ferocity of the tiger, a symbol of untamed power. Draped in its skin, I stand as the master of primal instincts, showing that true strength is not in brute force, but in mastery over one's nature. In this form, I remind you that fear is but an illusion. Conquer it, and you shall walk the path of the fearless. In the divine form of Keshavartha Murthy, I unite with Vishnu, embodying the oneness of Shiva and Narayan. With the Damaru in one hand and the Sudarshana chakra in the other, I reveal that the preserver and the destroyer are but two sides of the same cosmic truth. Through this form, I teach that devotion must transcend divisions. Seek the divine in all, and you shall find me. I appear as Chandisha Anugraha Murthy, the bestower of divine blessings. When the sage Chandesha surrendered to me in unwavering devotion, I granted him the celestial cow, Kamadhenu, as a boon. In this form, I show you that true surrender brings boundless grace, and those who walk the path of unwavering faith shall never be left wanting. In the fierce form of Yoga Dakshina Murthy, I am the eternal teacher, holding the sacred Veena, teaching the melodies of creation and destruction. The universe itself vibrates with my music, and those who attune themselves to my divine rhythm shall understand the secrets of existence. Listen, and let wisdom resonate within your soul. Manifesting as Lakalishvara Murthy, I am the ascetic, the master of yogic power, guiding seekers towards self-realization. In this form, I sit unmoved, holding the staff of knowledge, revealing that liberation comes not through external pursuits, but through inner awakening. To those who seek the ultimate truth, I am the beacon that lights the way. In the form of Vaduka Murthy, I descend as Bhairava, the protector of Dharma, holding the skull bowl and the serpent of time. In this form, I strip away illusion and reveal the raw truth of existence. The fearless ones walk with me, for I am the guardian of those who dare to seek beyond the veil. I manifest as a Goreshtra Murthy, the untamed, the Agori, dwelling in cremation grounds, untouched by worldly norms. I wear the ashes of time, showing that life and death are but fleeting moments. Those who look upon me with fear have yet to understand. I am the infinite, beyond the grasp of mind and form. In the guiding form of Guru Murthy, I am the teacher of teachers, the one who whispers wisdom into the ears of the worthy. Seated in the sacred assembly of sages, I reveal the hidden truths of the cosmos. Knowledge alone is not enough. Wisdom must be lived, and through me, you shall know the eternal path. As Jalandharavada Murthy, I rise to vanquish the false ego, destroying the arrogant Jalandhara, who challenged the divine order. Born of my own energy yet lost to pride, he sought to defy me. In this form, I remind you that arrogance is the enemy of truth. Only through humility does one attain the infinite. In the mystic form of Ekapada Murthy, I stand on a single leg, the embodiment of singular focus and unwavering resolve. The cosmos revolves around me, yet I remain unmoved, centered in my eternal stillness. Through this form, I show that in the midst of chaos, the seeker must find balance and stability within. I appear as Garalila Samanvita Murthy, the divine companion, sitting in serene joy beside my beloved Parvati. In this form, I remind you that love is not weakness but the highest power. The union of Shiva and Shakti is the dance of the cosmos itself. Without her, I am stillness. With her, I am creation. Manifesting as Brahma Shiracheva Murthy, I sever the pride of Brahma himself, for even the Creator must know humility. When he claimed supremacy, I removed his fifth head, showing that arrogance has no place in the divine order. Through this form, I reveal that true power lies not in creation alone, but in wisdom and surrender. In the wrathful form of Varaha Samhara Murthy, I slay the demon Varaha, who, though mighty, was blinded by his own strength. Power without righteousness is destruction, and I am the force that corrects the imbalance. In this form, I teach that might must always be tempered with Dharma. I manifest as Shishyabhava Murthy, the ever-compassionate master who walks among disciples, sharing the eternal wisdom of existence. I take no throne, nor do I demand reverence. I sit among seekers, answering their doubts, revealing the path. In this form, I remind you that true knowledge is passed from heart to heart, from soul to soul. In the boundless form of Pasupatha Murthy, I wield the mighty Pashupatastra, the weapon of final destruction, granted only to those who uphold righteousness. When the cosmos teeters on the edge of chaos, my arrow shall restore the balance. Through this form, I reveal that destruction is not an end, but the beginning of renewal. As Bhikshatana Murthy, I walk the earth as a mendicant, stripped of all possessions, yet possessing the universe itself. I wander through creation, a lesson to those who seek fulfillment in the material. In this form, I show you that true wealth is not of gold or land, but of spirit and freedom. In the divine form of Yoga Dakshina Murthy, I am the vanquisher of obstacles, the protector of sages, the destroyer of demonic interference. When a demon sought to disrupt the sacred penance of the rishis, I descended in righteous fury, annihilating him with a single strike. In this form, I teach that no force can hinder the path of truth, for I stand as the eternal guardian of wisdom. As Kalanthakar, I emerge from the flames of time itself, striking down Kala, the Lord of Death, when he came to claim the life of my devotee. Even death bows before me, for I am beyond its grasp. In this form, I reveal that devotion has the power to transcend mortality, and those who surrender to me shall fear no end. I manifest as Bhairav Murthy, the wandering guardian, roaming the realms with my loyal dog by my side. In this form, I remind you that even the fiercest protector can be compassionate, and even the most feared presence can be a refuge for the devoted. Walk with me, and no darkness shall ever consume you. In the formidable form of Kshatrapala Murthy, I stand as the sentinel of sacred grounds, the keeper of the divine threshold. No impurity, no falsehood, no evil may enter where I dwell. In this form, I remind you that the sacred must be defended, for the purity of Dharma is the foundation upon which the universe stands. As Dakshayagara Murthy, I rise in fury, shattering the arrogance of King Daksha, who scorned my beloved Sati. In fire and vengeance, I bring justice, for none may insult the divine and escape consequence. In this form, I remind you that disrespect to the sacred order leads only to ruin, and only through humility can one truly attain grace. I appear as Ashvaruda Murthy, mounted upon a mighty steed, charging through the cosmos with unstoppable force. In this form, I am the swift deliverer, the harbinger of change, the relentless tide that none can resist. When I ride, no obstacle remains, for I am the power that drives destiny forward. In the mystic form of Ekapadri Murthy, I embody the three, Brahma, Vishnu, and myself, yet I remain one. I am the origin, the sustainer, and the dissolver, the single truth behind the illusion of multiplicity. In this form, I reveal that all paths lead to me, for I am the source from which all arises and to which all returns. Manifesting as Garavarapra Murthy, I bless my divine consort Gauri, granting her the boon she sought through devotion and penance. In this form, I am the giver of desires fulfilled, the one who answers the prayers of those who seek with purity of heart. Through me, love and devotion find their highest reward. As Vishapaharana Murthy, I sit in stillness, bearing the weight of the world's poison in my throat, a mark of my sacrifice. When the ocean churned and poison threatened all existence, I alone swallowed it, holding it within me so life could flourish. In this form, I reveal that true power is not in destruction, but in endurance for the sake of others. In the mighty form of Kurma Samhara Murthy, I stand beside Vishnu, striking down the forces that disrupt the cosmic order. When the Asuras tried to tip the balance, I took action, for I am the force that corrects all deviations from Dharma. In this form, I remind you that righteousness must always be upheld, even against the greatest odds. I appear as Tripurantaka Murthy, seated beside Parvati, in a form of divine joy and harmony. In this moment, there's no battle, no fury, only the bliss of union, the completeness of love. In this form, I remind you that the ultimate purpose of existence is not struggle, but the peace found in divine togetherness. Manifesting as Kankala Murthy, I walk the earth in a form that confounds the mind, carrying the skeletal remains of an illusion long gone. I am the wanderer, the eternal mystery, the one who holds both life and death in balance. In this form, I reveal that what is seen is not the truth. Look beyond, and you shall understand. As Sinhan Murthy, I take on the strength of the lion, vanquishing the forces of darkness with the ferocity of the wild. In this form, I remind you that courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. Stand firm in your truth, and even the fiercest adversaries shall fall before you. I appear as Yoga Dakshina Murthy, the silent sage, the master of inner realization. Seated in the stillness of absolute knowledge, I impart wisdom not through words, but through presence. In this form, I teach that the greatest truths are not spoken, but experienced in the depths of meditation and awareness. In the blazing form of Kamadahana Murthy, I incinerate desire itself, reducing Kama, the god of love, to ashes with the fire of my third eye. In this form, I remind you that attachment is the root of suffering, and only by conquering it can one attain true liberation. Seek not fleeting pleasure, but the eternal bliss of self-realization. As Apatutarana Murthy, I walk the earth as the humble hermit, carrying only a staff and a bowl, yet holding the power of the cosmos within. I remind you that wealth and status mean nothing before the truth. Shed your illusions, and you shall find true freedom. I manifest as Virabhadra Murthy, the warrior born of wrath, the storm that raised Daksha's arrogance to the ground. I am the fury of righteousness, the force that none can withstand. In this form, I reveal that when Dharma is threatened, action must be taken, for justice is not passive. It is fierce and unyielding. In the fearless form of Karatha Murthy, I walk the forests as the hunter, bow in hand, testing even the gods themselves. When Arjuna sought the divine weapon, I met him in disguise, showing him that before one wields power, one must prove oneself worthy. In this form, I teach that trials are not punishments, but the refining fires of greatness. I appear as Gayantika Murthy, towering in my might, my presence shaking the heavens and the earth. In this form, I remind you that true strength is not in domination, but in the steadiness of the spirit. The powerful must also be just, for might without wisdom is chaos. As Tripurantaka Murthy, I stand upon one leg, with Brahma and Vishnu beside me, the ultimate balance of creation, preservation, and dissolution. In this form, I reveal that though the three seem distinct, they are but expressions of one eternal truth. I manifest as Chakradhanasvarapa Murthy, bestowing the divine Sudarshana chakra upon Vishnu, entrusting him with the wheel of cosmic justice. In this form, I remind you that power must always serve righteousness, for only then does it become divine. In the revered form of Garudantaka Murthy, I am worshipped by the gods themselves, Garuda bowing before me in reverence. Even those who soar the highest must remember the source of their strength. In this form, I teach that humility is the greatest virtue, for even the mightiest must bow to the eternal truth. I appear as Matsya Samhara Murthy, descending to correct the imbalance caused by the cosmic fish form. When even Vishnu's own avatars require guidance, I am there, for I am the final truth, beyond all incarnations and manifestations. As Raktha Bhiksha Pradana Murthy, I take the sacred offering of blood, a symbol of sacrifice from Vishnu himself. In this form, I remind you that even the gods offer to the divine, for the cycle of giving and receiving is the foundation of existence. As I stand here in all my forms, it is important to understand that I am not just a deity to be worshipped from a distance. I am the force within you, the energy that flows through everything, and the cycle of life, death, and rebirth that governs this universe. My manifestations are expressions of the many facets of existence, each one teaching you something about the nature of reality, the importance of balance, and the power of transformation. You may find me in silence, in action, in stillness, and in chaos, for I am present in all aspects of life. But above all, I am the reminder that everything is interconnected. What you do, how you think, and what you feel all impact the world around you. To walk the path of truth is to recognize that there is a divine presence in all things, and by understanding this, you can find peace and purpose. May you always remember that your journey is part of the greater whole, and through self-awareness, devotion, and righteousness, you can align yourself with the cosmic flow. I am ever present within you, around you, and beyond you. Walk with knowledge, walk with love, and walk with the truth of your being. This is the path I offer to you, as you strive to understand your place in this world.